Hello everyone and welcome to Juan Between the Pages. My name is Juan and we're going to discuss a lot about books because I love books and I hope you too, so welcome. So for the first video of the channel we are debuting, we're going to discuss Pride! Yeah! Didn't know why I did that. We are going to talk about books that in one way or another are really nice, are really good for this time of the year, especially because they're really easy to read and to enjoy. I'm trying to bring to the table representation and things that everyone can enjoy this time of the year. So without further ado, let's go. So for my first book, I chose a different one than the one I was intending to use in the first place. But I thought that this book represents better the idea of pride and diversity and everything, so I chose One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. This is an amazing book, but especially because I love the side characters. I think that when a book has really good side characters, well-rounded, interesting, the ones that you are always rooting for them, I think this book managed this perfectly. So the story follows August. She's a 23-year-old girl that has recently moved to New York, and she's now sharing a flat with different kind of characters they're amazing. I love the roommates so much. And she's really skeptical about love, especially when it comes to this love at first sight, big events of love and romanticism. She's really skeptical about that. But then after a really weird first day between the apartment, and then she's having waffles on this iconic place in the city, and then she takes the subway, I think it's the Q train, and she meets Jane. She's like a rebel. Jane is amazing, and she's always there inside the train, and every single day that August goes there, she meets with Jane. But the fact is that she never sees Jane leaving the train. So you will see where this is going. I'm not talking much about this, but I think it's a great women love women story. But besides that, also there's drag queens involved, trans representation and everything. I think that this book is amazing. So I think that you're gonna love it and you will celebrate Pride for sure after reading this. If I'm thinking about the score, I will give this book 4 stars. I think it's pretty solid. The book I was referring at the beginning of this part is Red, White, and Royal Blue, which I absolutely adore. But I think that One Last Stop is more suitable for Pride, so there you go. For my second book, or books, or novels, or actually graphic novels, I have Heartstopper. If you haven't read Heartstopper, what are you waiting for? This is absolutely adorable. This is a lovely love story. It follows Charlie Spring. He's like a 15-year-old. Actually, he turns 15, so 14, but you know what I mean. He suffered from bullying because there was this accidentally coming out thing at school. So he was out to the whole school. So he had a terrible year last year, and he's very shy, he's very introverted, and he just wants school to be over, if you know what I mean. He has great friends though, but it's really difficult for him. But then he meets Nick Nelson. We love Nick Nelson in this household. He's amazing, and we follow this journey of them turning friends, and then something else happens, and then it turns to be a wonderful coming-of-age story. Their romance is amazing, and it's very suitable for teenagers, which I absolutely adore. Also, the representation is wonderful, especially in the Netflix adaptation. I think it's way better because you get to know more about the side characters. These 4 volumes are more about Charlie and Nick. So, but you still meet the other characters in a way, and you get their vibe. But I think that in the Netflix adaptation, you can get to know them better. So it's a nice, they're complementary. I recommend you to first watch the series and then read the books, or to read just the first 2, then go watch the Netflix adaptation, and then you can continue with the other 2. There's more in webtoons because Alice Oseman is always updating the comic, but I think that they're taking a break. So you should just like read this and wait until Alice comes back. So yeah, Heartstopper, go read it. I love Heartstopper. I wish I was 17 again. And of course, I will give Heartstopper 5 stars out of 5. I'm not very used to read graphic novels, but this one is amazing. Moving on! So for my third book, I chose one that is a little bit older. It's not that much older. I think it's like 2016. And it's You Know Me Well by Nina LaCour and David Levithan. This book, oh my god. I remember back then in 2014-15 when I got introduced to the young adult LGBTQ genre. I was completely in love with it. This was one of the first books that I actually read, and it's absolutely wonderful. I love this book, even though I have to say it's not one of my favorites, but I love what this book means and what it gives to you as a reader, especially when it comes to friendship and pride celebration. There's an actual pride celebration in here, so it's really cute and really cool. So I think that this book is the perfect read for Pride. In this book, you follow the story of Kate, Nina LaCour, and then Mark, David Levithan, and their friendship. I love how this book portrays lesbian, gay man relationship as like the friendship of them. The dynamic is amazing. I love it so much. It can be a little bit like too much sometimes, especially when it comes to monologues. There's these big monologues of people expressing a lot about stuff. There's a little bit of miscommunication between Kate and the girl she loves and stuff like that, that are a little bit like overused, like in 2022 like terms, you know what I mean? So yeah, just take that into consideration. But if you don't think about like the bad parts of this book, I will totally recommend it to read it. It's a really nice story and you will enjoy it. Yeah, it's Pride, so yeah. This book, I will give this book like 3.5 out of 5 stars. Yeah, for sure. Why not? Our last book is a book about fate. I'm a little bit biased when it comes to this book, but I have to say that I am a romantic. So yeah. This book is What If It's Us, and also Here's to Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera. This book is adorable. It follows the story of Arthur and Ben who casually meet in a post office in New York, and then the whole story develops. At first it's more like, oh, I've seen this guy, I'm like, oh, who is this person? Oh, I'm interested. It's like a slow burn at first, but then you realize how great their chemistry is. I'm not going to spoil the end of What If It's Us, but then Here's to Us is like the second part. It's about them meeting again in different circumstances and then realizing that they cannot live without the other. Oh, that was too tragic. No, they're realizing that they have really strong feelings for each other, but you have to read and see. They're great books. They're also really easy to read. All these books are really easy to read, but especially this one. But you are going to absolutely adore the characters and you're going to fall in love with them. Especially, I prefer Ben over Arthur, but I relate more to Arthur than to Ben, so I find myself annoying then, or a little bit, I guess. And I absolutely adore Becky Albertalli. She's an amazing person. So yeah, give it a go. I give these 2 books 4 stars out of 5. They're pretty easy to read and fun, so you're gonna have a great time. And I think there's a prize celebration here too. Yeah, I think there is. So that was all for today's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm new to this YouTube world, so thank you so much for watching this. Give it a like and comment down below which kind of video you want me to make in the future. Like, do you want book hauls? Do you want me doing book reviews, talking about like the best books of the year, the worst books of the year so far? Just let me know. Thank you so much for watching and see you guys the next time. Bye bye.